I am Stella Monica Nalugua Mpande, and I am the creator and producer of AfriKore. AfriKore is a platform that shines a light on our stories, validates our complex journeys, and connects us to our African heritage. Join me as I embark on a personal journey with some very unique individuals, each one with their own story as told in their own voices. Hello all, welcome to AfriKore. Today, I am gonna meet my girl Miriam. Miriam, amazing. I mean, we're talking multi-talented queen of like music and acting and dance and all of it. And it's been a while, a little bit, since she's been in the scene and she's starting to get back into it again. So I'm actually out here meeting her at a dance studio. Now Miriam's hilarious. She calls this, slowly greasing her joints. Girl, my joints ain't been greased for a hot minute, so this is gonna be interesting and hopefully not too painful, but it's with Miriam, so it's gonna be a blast. All right, talk to you soon. See ya. All right, y'all, so we are actually here at Two Left Feet Dance Studio, and we are about to go see Miriam. Let's go see what she's about. Follow me.
Off some stress.
Okay, let me just say this. Your video yesterday about the greasing the joints.
Yeah.
Okay, look, let me tell you, I did every sit-up, push-up, pull-up. I was doing all them ups that I didn't know my body could do to get ready for this moment.
But you look ready. You didn't have to do all that. You were ready.
I needed. For you, this is a warm-up. For me, it's like a Broadway audition. Okay, so let's just say, but let's do it. Fun.
It was.
Dancing and all that great stuff was absolutely.
Thanks for joining.
No, thanks for having me over. Like you said, greasing the joints, girl. So what was really evident to me was that while we were dancing, you were really bringing in Kenyan and Tanzanian, Middle Eastern influences, and obviously you also have influences from America, from Europe. So how can we? Is it fair to say that you rely on your transcultural identity to inform your style, whether it be in theater, whether it be in music, whether it be in, film?
That's a really nice question. I've never heard of the term transcultural, but I like it.
I didn't make it up. I can't own it.
Transcultural, maybe that's a nice word. Yeah. But for the easy one, what I've been calling myself is a global citizen right now. It's been so much easier for me to deal with things at my age right now and living, at a time where the world is so much smaller.
Right.
So globalization actually suits me.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, you know, I didn't even talk about how different I was, or I was from this and that. You know, we never even talked about it. But you know, there was always this cultural identity. I didn't know where I fit in.
Exactly.
I didn't know where I belonged.
Right.
And so I became more comfortable with it as I got older. In my 20s, I started embracing every aspect of who I was.
Sure.
And my mother, being over here in the US, she came in and lived here with me for a few years, for about 10 years. With her being here, you know, a lot of my cultural identity became real to me.
Got you.
So my mom is half Tanzanian. They're from the coast, so the coast is heavily influenced by Middle Eastern, you know,
Sure.
Arab influences.
Yeah.
So my mother's family, my grandmother's family, is the coastal.
Okay.
You know, there was Swahili. It's a Swahili culture. And my grandfather was Scottish from the UK, Scotland. And then my father is from Kenya, Western Kenya.
Okay.
And we pretty much, because of his military background, my
Sure.
dad was in the military, we moved around a lot. So that even helped with
10 schools. I remember I learned that and I thought,
yeah. So we moved around a lot. You know, I
Yes.
didn't have a lot of time to, you know, bond for long before we moved on to the next place. And then I came to the US, and my life continued with that pace of
Sure.
every time there was so much change. Not until 2 years ago now. This is like the longest I've been in one place.
Wow.
Yeah, since I had the baby. So does it come out in my eye? I don't pick. I don't say, okay, today I'm going to be Kenyan. Tomorrow I'm going to be Tanzanian. Like
Yes.
these things just pop up whenever they do in my eye, in my conversation, in my looks, in my, like every now and then, sometimes you will see
Traces of, reflection
this,
of.
yeah,
That's
of this
pretty,
and
that's
that.
beautiful. I said that's pretty. No, that's beautiful.
So it makes it's great for me because I can draw from all these cultures and experiences. It keeps, I'm so much more richer.
You went on a break in 2008, right? And then you came back in 2012, right? And I think when you came back, it was Love in Reverse.
Tell me where to begin to find love again, make it through the rain, was all I ever knew, so special and so true. How can this be true?
And then you went on a break again in 2014. But prior to that, Lovebird was your album. You have obviously had a lot of awards, a lot of achievements. You know, you've been lauded with titles of royalty, essentially. I'm going to embarrass you here, so just deal for like 2 seconds. In 2007, I'm doing this. You know I'm going to do this. In 2007, Vibe magazine entitled you the Queen of African Urban Music. You were featured in the magazine. 2014, you were nominated by AfriKore, the African Music Magazine Awards, for Best Female in the Diaspora. What pressure, if any, do you feel to come back to the scene, knowing that you left with such a peak?
Well, it was a peak as far as where I am right now. I am not quite there yet.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I'm not quite where I am supposed to be. My journey is, I'm a work in progress. So my
Right.
journey is just really began. And what happened in those moments that you mentioned were very, very, very fortunate moments for me that people took notice of what I do. But a lot of these are just pleasant surprises as I just continue grinding. I'm not sitting there waiting for awards or accolades. I'm grateful when they come, but what's more important to me is that I get, to perform and keep producing music and inspiring people, entertaining people, and maybe even educating through some of the work that I do. The pressure is there, it's real, because you go online and you see a lot of my friends are artists too, and everyone's working, but everyone takes breaks at different times. So you can't expect that when you're taking a break that other people will also be taking a break.
Exactly.
So you see people doing stuff and it's inspiring, and I'm happy that people are doing great stuff. That means, ooh, I can come in and join in. But the pressure is more about, can I compete with myself? Can I do better than I did before?
Correct.
And can I push myself a little further? Because one of my biggest fears is to get complacent and get comfortable to a point where inspiration doesn't come because I'm so comfortable and I've made it. And I never want to have that feeling, because that's how you kill creativity,
A lot of people can appreciate art, they love it, but they don't take it seriously. They don't treat artists with the respect that they would treat, say, a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, you know what I mean? When artists try to articulate their value and present the financial language to support their creativity, that's when all of a sudden people start having issue or problems. Would you say that is an accurate observation? Would you say that
it has been in my
right.
life, but it's changing a lot.
That's good.
It's changing a lot, which is good. But it may be changing a lot because things are also changing for me, where I don't have to deal with some of the things that I had to deal with in the past. But here's what I'm going to say. You know what that all depends on? It depends on the artists. And I know this sounds unfair.
No,
it depends on how the artists project themselves, how you value yourself and value what you're doing, and also some of the things we're focusing on. So, for example, for me, I did not get my support from my family. Most of them thought I should have been doing other things. I should have gone to law school and done some serious career. It's not a serious career. But that's the older generation.
Right.
There's a new generation now, or even my peers, people who were very creative, but they were afraid because their parents told them, this is not serious stuff. What are you doing? Talking about acting and singing, go get a real job.
Especially talking about mainly African.
Yes, I'm talking about culturally. First of all, culturally. But even the whole entire world, there's still that issue where you come and say, I'm a creative person, I can do this for you, and this is my fee. People don't take you seriously. But here's the thing, that we have to change that perspective. We, the artists, have to change that perspective, because whatever the world is mirroring to us, it's what we are projecting. If we don't value our work, people will take a long time to be convinced. So, and then there are also other ways where we get our support. So, for example, for me, I have a lot of friends who were very creative when I was in high school. We all did this stuff together. They were extremely talented. Some of them even more talented than me. And I so wish they were doing, this stuff. But they chose to go different directions based on whatever it is. Some of it, is pressure from parents and just the world telling them this is not practical, and that's for airy-fairy and people who don't want to work. I had someone email me, someone I went to high school with. They emailed me, they inboxed me, and they said, you were very smart in high school.
Oh gosh.
Why would you choose art?
I knew where that was going.
Why would you be an artist? You were so smart. So basically,
so now that you're an artist, you're no longer smart.
No, artists are not supposed to be smart, and that's a misconception. So there are
very
all
strong
these
misconceptions,
huge misconceptions out there. But we have to do the work. We have to change those perspectives by doing our work and not waiting for anyone to tell us this is great and this is not. The other thing is, the way to let people know that art is important is to just break it down and tell them all they need. Those toys those kids are playing with, an artist made them.
An artist created this building here we're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Art and creativity is problem solving. That's what it is, and everybody has it. It's not some special people. The special people who stand out are the ones who've dedicated their lives to doing it at whatever cost. You know, it's not some pastime hobby only, you know?
Yeah.
One of my exes told me, you know, when is this hobby of yours ever going to, you know, what is this hobby stuff? Like, what is this child play stuff you're playing with, you know? So, you know, and as an artist, it can hurt. I know that.
I had the exact same response given by an ex too. I'm like, was it the same ex? I'm like, yeah, no, it's like this pastime thing that you're doing, and you're like, she said, is it the same ex? I'm just saying.
No, it's real. It's real. So, you know, I don't want to even tell you some of the things that the things that I've dealt with.
Yeah.
I just smile. And, you know, for me, like, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. But once in a while, people will come back and say, wow, you know, you really stuck through. As opposed to what? I don't know how to get the art out of me and say, let me go and like do something else. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
I came here to express my individuality and my expression and my art as to be an instrument of things that can lift people's spirits, to inspire and heal, and that's why I'm here. You know, I don't know how to take that away and say, okay, now we're going to stop these songs in my head that keep coming every night, and we're going to switch them off, and I'm going to sit down in an office all day long and be normal. I don't know how to do that. One of my sisters told me when I had a really low moment, you know, when you're trying to make money to just take care of yourself, nobody wants to pay you, they take advantage, all these things that artists go through. And she said to me, she's like, why do you put yourself through this? You think you're the only one who has dreams? I said, I don't think so, but why are you not following your dreams? Why isn't everybody else doing it? Well, because reality is this way, and you're basically not realistic. And that's a misconception. It's a misconception, because now I can look back and say, the difference between that person who was about to give up and the person who is here right now is consistency. Regardless of what the world is doing or what they're saying, I'm gonna just keep doing what I came here to do. That's what we have to do.
Wow. So powerful.
Most of our generation, you know, it's .com. You know, we're used to things happening instantly. You watched a movie in someone's life and you think you know everything. I mean, what you've not seen in that 2-hour period is all the hard work that person put in, the day in, the grind when life wasn't
the sweat,
glamorous,
the tears, the blood, the stuff when you wanted to give up. Girl,
you didn't see all that.
The braids that were trying to come out.
So someone's 50 years is transformed into a 2-hour movie, and everyone thinks everything is, oh, I watched a movie on this guy, now I'm gonna be a boxer. You know, I want to go out there and be a whatever it is, because you saw a 2-hour, and there's gonna be work, there's gonna be challenges, you're gonna be tested. You have to earn it. It just doesn't come on a plate. You know, you can't just go out there and say, I'm cute, so
there
somebody
you go.
Put me in a movie. No.
Having been, you know, someone who's familiar with the industry as well as a professional actor myself, we're very familiar with the glamour that people associate the industry to be, but we're also familiar with the not so glamorous parts behind the scenes. What, in your experience, whether it's you personally or even just what you've observed through the eyes of other people, have been or characterize the challenges of being in this industry and to the point that it really affects people's longevity?
Yeah, I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
It's a true story. You'll find it from artists who've been here in the 60s, from the 50s. And I mean, as long as showbiz has existed, there has been a very a huge cloud of deception and all sorts of things that happen to people. And I've experienced it.
Yeah.
Most people have. I know people who have and never came back. I know people who are completely jaded. They left. They stopped doing it because of some of the things they experienced. So I'll put it this way. For me right now, I understand that that's showbiz. I'm not here to change it.
Right.
You know, in the words of Jesus Christ, he says, be in this world, but not of this world. So I'm in the entertainment industry, but I'm not of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know the traps. But I think that all in all, whether you're a little kid or you're a grown up working in this industry, you will find people who will take advantage of, they want to prey on your dreams. And if you're naive, you have not thought about the structure of the business. Most artists don't know the business. They just know they want to do the art and they don't want to handle business. I don't want anything to do with it. Well,
Exactly.
you have to know the business. And if you don't know, you got to take classes and learn, because nobody's going to figure it out for you. If you're going to deal with the humans, there's going to be issues of trust. You have to be on top of it.
Exactly.
So the way to get rid of deception and not be a victim is to become more knowledgeable, more informed, and more
literate.
informed and more literate, know how things work.
Exactly.
The internet makes it so much easier for us today. No one can lie to you the way they used to lie to you before.
Shay.
That's the thing that I would say to anyone who's younger than me trying to do this thing. It's not impossible, but you will need a lot of consistency and hard work and faith and discipline. You have to have faith.
Yeah.
Faith means you believe it's going to happen regardless of what's happening right now.
Yeah, you're right.
And your faith is what really will keep you, will keep you going.
I think everyone can benefit from that and apply it to their own circumstances, artist or not. I think some things are completely universal. Don't give up, persevere, commit to your calling. If you know where it comes from, commit to the source of your calling and keep moving forward.